Perfect.
All right, I think we can go ahead and get started then.
All right. Thanks for joining us. For everybody that's watching the replay later, thanks for being here as well. My name is Alejandro.
And I'm Nicole.
We are Flow into Nature. So glad to have you guys here with us today. So today we are doing the Spring Clarity Workshop. This is actually our third year doing it. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's really exciting for us. And so why are we doing this workshop? So the workshop is really just a moment for us we're getting out of winter as we're coming out of it, right? And so the idea is to really find more clarity. Do you want to talk to us why clarity is so important?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like a spring cleaning for your mindset. During winter, we tend to like stay inside, kind of cozy up, hold on tight, and try to warm up, try to be comfortable. And now that spring is coming, everything is blooming, we have more energy. So we want to try to harness this energy and tap into it to find a new direction, to let go, shed those layers, the things we don't need anymore, and find clarity. Where do we want to go? How do we want to use this energy to help us get to that next phase in life or whatever is coming, wherever we want to go? And where exactly is it that we want to go? So that's what we're going to work on today.
Awesome. So yeah. And so the things that we'll need, as we already told you, so you will need a space to do some yoga, whether you have a mat or just want to do it on the floor, maybe on a carpet. If we recommend downloading the worksheets so that you have them, the questions are already there. If not, we will put them on the screen on for you to see as well, and something to write with. Nicole prefers journaling, so she uses all her journals. I prefer to journal on my iPad, and I've been doing that for a couple of years. So whatever is going to work the best for you, just so that we can actually write things down. It's really important for us to actually write things down rather than just to think about them in our mind, because we tend to think a whole lot faster than we can actually write. We actually want to use this time to slow down a little bit more. When we actually put it down on paper, it drives deeper into the grooves of our brain. And it actually becomes easier for us to also manifest it as well. And we can always review it and revisit it in later days as well. So hopefully that comes with it as well. If you see me squinting a little bit, we have the sunshine just popped out right behind the clouds, and I just got kind of a little bit blinded. So bear with me in case you just see me kind of going like this on the screen. All right, so perfect. And so, yeah, like Nicole was saying, the idea is to really just find clarity, right? The idea is how do we move forward from here? So we're going to get started today. Firstly, we want to do is we want to shift our energies, right? So even we have Shane here who's just saying that, oh, I'm, kind of all over the place. And so we don't want you to be all over the place. What we really want for you is to find yourself to be really grounded, to find yourself to be in a really calm state. And when we put ourselves and we change our state to be there, then we can work towards moving ourselves into finding that clarity. So let's do a little bit of breath work. Let's do a little bit of yoga first to ground ourselves into it. And then we'll start with the actual reflections.
So to begin, we'll find a comfortable seat. You can either be in a chair or on the ground, whatever feels good to you. I just want you to sit up nice and tall, reaching the crown of your head towards the sky. Root your sit bones into the ground, into the chair, wherever you are. You can close down your eyes. Inhale through the nose, breathing deeply into the belly. Exhale through the mouth, sigh it out. We'll do one more just like that. Nice big inhale through the nose. Big exhale, nice and slow. Breathing out. Wonderful. You can slowly blink open your eyes. And we're just going to go ahead and get started with our yin practice. So find your way to the floor, and we're going to start in a comfortable seat. So yin is a very different practice from vinyasa or ashtanga, maybe some of these faster yang style practices. Yin actually comes from Taoism and traditional Chinese medicine. So we are going to be doing floor-based poses and working with the 5 elements. Today, we're going to be working with the wood element, which is related to spring. And when our wood element is out of balance, we might feel a little bit of frustration, maybe a little stuck. So we're going to open up these meridians to try to get our chi energy flowing, move through these blockages, and help us to find new beginnings, growth, and some, yeah, just new energy. So with that, we're going to start by opening our meridians. Today, we're going to work with the liver meridian and the gallbladder. So you can extend your legs out in front of you. We'll start on the right side. You're just going to rub your big toe. And then maybe making a fist. We're going to tap the top of the foot coming up the front of your ankle. And we're going to come up the inner side of your leg, coming up the shin, across the knee, up the thigh. And then we're going to come up through the groin, up the belly, and we're ending just right on the rib cage. Now we'll do the left side. So rubbing your big toe, just massaging it. And begin tapping along the inside of the foot, coming up the ankle, up the shin, across the knee and the thigh, pressing up the groin and to the rib cage. All right, maybe you can already start to feel some energy flowing through your legs. Now we're going to open the gallbladder. So starting on the right side, on the outer corner of your eye, just gently massaging. And start to tap just with your fingers, nice and gently up and over the head. Coming down the back of the head. Maybe with your other hand, making the fist and coming over the shoulder, tapping on the shoulder. And coming down the side of the body to the waist, to the hip. And then we're going to come along the outside edge of the leg this time. Down past the knee, the shin, the outer ankle, and we're going to end at the fourth toe this time, giving a nice little massage. And we'll do the left side. So again, massaging the left corner, outer corner of your eye. Using just your fingertips, tapping up and over the head. Coming to the back of your head. And maybe using your other hand to tap the shoulder. Maybe again here with the fist. And coming along the outside of the back. Down the spine, well, outside edge of your back. To your waist, along the hip. The outer edge of your leg, across the thigh and the knee, across the shin, to the outer side of the foot, and ending at the fourth toe. Wonderful. And we'll start with our first pose, which will be dragonfly pose. Ali will demo for you. So I'll walk you through it. So you're going to be in a seat, legs out in front of you. Extend your legs out as wide as you can. And feel how your legs start to tense when you do that. This is too far. I want you to bring them in until you feel your thighs not tensing anymore. So you can bend your knees. So that's going to be a comfortable pose. In Yin Yoga, we don't want to come to the fullest extent. We really want to focus on about 80% of our full expression of the pose. Okay, so take a nice big inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, just gently walk your arms forward. Inhale, sitting up tall again. On the exhale, bring your chin to your chest. And we'll stay here for a couple of minutes, just allowing your breath to guide you through this, really utilizing a long, slow exhale to relax, release, and surrender. We'll be doing a little sound bowl as we sit in our posture. Nose, your energies, where your focus is. Thoughts arise, can you let them go? And just come back to your breath. Come back to your body. If you want your arms forward, if you're feeling more open, or if you're too far and you need to walk your arms back. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, breathe in deeply into the belly. Exhale, let it go. Slowly begin to walk your arms towards you, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. You can bring your arms behind you for support. Bring your legs together, bend your knees, windshield wiper, shake out the legs. And then come to stillness. We'll take a seated Shavasana just for a few breaths. Really releasing any stale air that you have. Taking a couple complete exhales. After your next breath, we'll slowly find our way onto our backs. We're going to come into banana pose. So scoot your hips over towards the right side of your mat and bring your legs over towards the left side. You can bring your right foot over the left and reach your arms up overhead. And you don't need to be pulling on your arms or anything. Again, we're about 80% of this posture. I want both of your shoulder blades on the ground. And your arms can be directly overhead or maybe reaching over towards the left. Once you've found your comfortable spot, breathe into the lungs, really breathing into the right side body here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Again, we'll be here for a few minutes. Just ease, release, relief. Gently let go. Focus on your breath, extending your exhale. And as any thoughts arise, just notice them and let them go. Come back to the breath. Exhale, send down. One more, just like that. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Slowly untuck your leg. Bring your legs out wide. Bring your arms by your side, palms face up. Coming into a Shavasana. Take any wiggles that you need, rocking side to side. Maybe noticing how each side of your body feels. And take a couple of complete breaths here. Exhale. Go on to the other side. So scoot your hips on over to the right side of the mat. Bring your legs over towards the left. You can cross the right leg over the left and bring your arms up overhead. You can reach your arms just straight up overhead or a little bit over towards the left. Again, I want to make sure both of your shoulders are comfortably on the ground. Inhale through the nose. Big exhale, sigh it out. Once again, inhale, really breathing into the left side of your lungs. On the exhale, release, relax, find ease. We'll be here for a couple of minutes. Focusing on your exhale, can you slow it down? Focus. Has it been where you want it to be? your breath all the way down your legs. And follow your breath out through the crown of your head. We inhale through the nose, full exhale through the mouth. Gently coming out of the posture, bringing your arms by your side, untucking the legs, wiggling out whatever you need. And then coming back to stillness, taking a few complete breaths, full complete exhales, release any stale air, let it go. Notice how your body feels. Maybe you feel some tingling in your fingers, in your feet. Relax your jaw and the space between your eyebrows. Now we're going to come into Happy Baby, but we're going to do our yin version of Happy Baby. So we don't want to go all the way 100%. I invite you to bend your knees, grabbing behind the thighs, and really pressing your spine into the earth. If you want to, you can grab onto your ankles. If that feels like too much, come back to grabbing on behind your thighs. If you're really flexible, you could grab onto the bottoms of your feet, but we'll be here for a couple of minutes, so find something that's a little bit more comfortable. I personally like to grab on behind my thighs, and we'll be here for just a couple of minutes. So take a nice big breath in. Big breath out, press your spine into the earth and feel supported in this posture. Here, I invite you to think of something that you're grateful for. Um, One more nice big inhale. Long, slow exhale. You can release your legs. Nice, long out in front of you. Maybe shake out your legs. Drop your chin side to side. And take 2 full breaths here. Now we will come into our final posture, Shavasana. You can spread your legs out as wide as you would like. Let your feet fall to the side. Maybe gently tuck your shoulders. Palms face up by your hips. And just let go, release, surrender. Let the earth hold you and support you. There's nothing left for you to do except find stillness in the body and in the mind. Inhale, big exhale, nice and slow. Breathing deeply into the belly and sighing it out. Gently rock your chin side to side. Begin to awaken the body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll out the wrists and the ankles. And if you'd like to, you can take a nice big morning stretch. Bring your toes to touch, arms overhead, lifting your spine up off the mat. Nice big inhale. And exhale, roll onto your favorite side, coming into fetal position, using your arm as a pillow. We'll just take a moment here. Thank Mother Earth for all that she provides, all the beautiful flowers in bloom. If there's any gratitudes you would like to take, an intention you would like to set, or just anything you want to leave here on your mat, I invite you to do that now. When you're ready, we'll come into a comfortable seat. Take a deep breath, coming back together. So sit up nice and tall. Root your sit bones into the earth, the crown of your head up towards the sky. You can close down your eyes if you would like. Bring your hands in front of your heart in prayer position. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale, sigh out. Then we'll take one Om together. We'll take an inhale to prepare. Om. Gently we bow forward to close out class. Right.
Namaste.
Namaste. How are you feeling?
All right. Oh,
How are you feeling?
thank you for that. That was fantastic. Coming always out of this, when we come out of yoga, we're always kind of in like a yoga glow, right? Where I feel like I'm just purely relaxed and in bliss. So if you have some water with you, go ahead, just take a sip of water, take out any little movements, stretches that you may need. So again, coming back into the body, noticing how you're feeling in the moment. And we're going to start. So we're going to have the Spring Clarity Workshop. So this is going to be the worksheet. So if you don't have it with you, you can just look at it right here. And so the first little exercise we have is going to be the Wheel of Life. And before I explain how we're going to do the Wheel of Life, as you continue to just kind of wake up and come back into your senses, as Nicole was talking right now, and she was talking about clarity and kind of letting go. In this last week on Monday and on Tuesday, I taught for the first time, I actually taught Pilates, which is not something I teach. But I taught Pilates in Spanish, and I've been teaching yoga for about 10 years at this point, and I've been absolutely terrified of teaching in Spanish, which is, I think is really interesting because I'm fluent in Spanish, but it's just the dialogue of things is different when you're doing it in English and in Spanish, just like the language of it. And to me, going into it, I was going into it really resistant to it, even though I speak Spanish. And as Nicole was guiding us through the Yin meditation, what really came to me was I don't know why I was so fearful. I don't know why I was so resistant to it. And I taught the first day on Monday, and then on Tuesday when I went into it with just an entirely different energy. And it really just allowed me to realize that one of the things that I'm put on this earth to do is to continue to help people to continuously find that mobility, find more energy, find more strength within themselves purely first and foremost when we start doing any practices through the body, but how much that affects our mind, how much that affects our energy, how much that affects the people that are around us. And it's just this reminder that I was in the right place, right? And that what allows the only thing that's allowing me to do is find more clarity that I'm on the right path and I want to continue to do this, right? To continue to help you guys, to continue to help Nicole, continue to help myself in this process of always growing, always moving, always continuing to be better. And so part of that is, okay, I know what I'm here to do. And that's what that gives me clarity to wake up today, to wake up tomorrow, to wake up throughout this year, right? And continuously push myself to continuously do that because that is part of my mission. And that's also, I think, part of our mission as why we created Flow. And so maybe you don't know exactly where you are. Maybe you don't know exactly what you want to do next. And so the wheel of life is allowing us and is going to give us a quick snapshot of where we currently are. So if we look at the wheel of life, it's this big circle. And I'm going to pull this up on my iPad so I can do this with you guys as well. So we're going to have, if you don't have the worksheet, just know that all you're going to do is draw this circle and divide it into different sections. And so we have the different sections. I'll just go through them. So we have the emotional well-being. After that, we have the physical health. Then we have career and or business. Then we also have our awareness, how aware you feel of things. The last next one is going to be our finances, how you're doing in your economics. After that, we have time management. Then we have discipline, how disciplined you feel in terms of doing things. And then we have relationships. And relationships gets divided into two categories. We have our intimate relationship, if you have a partner with you, whether it just be boyfriend, girlfriend, a spouse, whatever partnership you may be in. And the other side of the relationships is our friends and our family, also our acquaintances. How do we feel with the people that we are not intimate with? And basically, it's divided, the little lines that kind of separate it that make it a target, makes it go from 1 to 10. And so what we're going to do, and I'm actually going to do this with you guys right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this out. And the way we're going to fill this out is basically, let's say, I'm going to start with physical health. And so if I were to say today, right now, in this moment in time, how do I feel on a scale of 1 to 10 for my physical health? And so I have been okay, but not the best in terms of my physical health. And hopefully this will update on the screen in just a second. But if I were to fill it out, it's going to look something like this. So I'm going to color it in. And sometimes technology works with us and sometimes it doesn't.
We'll find out today which one it is.
If not, I'll show you guys what it's going to look like. But basically, you're coloring in the lines from 1 to 10, how you would feel. And so to me, physical health is an 8. And so it's not actually updating on the screen, at least it's not for me, but I will show you on the screen. It's kind of going to look like that. I'm basically coloring the bit of the pie of 1 to 10. And so we're going to do that for all the different categories, and maybe here my computer will update with my iPad in just a second. But go ahead and fill those out. So we're going to take about let's go about 3 or 4 minutes. Fill out the whole area. And then what I also like to do is next to where it says physical health, I write the number as well, just so that I can kind of look at it visually a little bit easier. And so go around, take your time, think about it. Sometimes we tend to overthink about it. So don't think about it. Sometimes you say, oh, maybe it's a 3, maybe it's a 4. Perfect. Doesn't matter. Write 3, write 4. And what we're doing is just taking a snapshot, right? In this moment of time with these categories, how do I feel? And go ahead, fill it out. I'll stop talking. And we'll get into it in just a second as well. Nicole is finishing up.
I'm ready.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'll try to update this on the computer as well so you guys have the actual snapshot of it. There we go. Hopefully you can see mine. Looks like the numbers are missing in one section, but that's okay. Basically, once we have it filled out, it gives us a quick snapshot of how we're doing. And I'm a certified life coach as well. And this is one of the first exercises I ever did with one of the life coaches that I used to have. And I remember she asked me and she said, if this is the wheel on your car, how smooth is your ride? And normally you look at it and you go, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. And I've never met anybody with a perfect circle. I've never really actually met anybody that has a circle that most of them are pretty evened out. We always have a couple sections that are pretty high, and then we have a couple sections that are really low. And this isn't what we really want to do with this is not judge ourselves. What we want to bring is clarity into our lives and say, okay, these sections I'm really good with, these sections I'm not so good with. And I'm using this to bring awareness into my life. The more aware I am of how I feel about these certain things, the easier it is for me to actually do something about it. When we live in uncertainty, we're kind of guessing, right? We don't know what these sections are. And so what do we want to do with this? And so if we go down just a little bit more, we're going to have 2 different squares. One's going to be in orange and one's going to be in yellow. And it says, I will focus on, and it says, I'm currently at, and then my next level looks like. And so what do we do with this, right? So the important part about this tool is, let's say, for example, I'm going to grab one that I'm not doing so well with. So I'm going to grab my time management. So my time management, it says, I will focus on, and in this orange square, I'm going to write time management on that first line, just so that I know what I'm working on. Management. Perfect. And it says, I am currently at a 5. And so a lot of us, what we tend to do is we want to jump ahead really, really quickly. And we know the reality of things is that that's not normally how we work. If we're jumping really quickly, let's say from a 5, and we're trying to jump straight to a 9, it might feel really overwhelming. It might feel like it's a way too much to take that big of a leap. And so it's actually easier for us to take small steps. And that small step is going to be, I'm a 5. What does a 6 look like in my life? And so, because I already know what my 5 is looks like, it's currently where I am, it allows me to take this small step forward. And so, just before, if you want to start filling out just that first section of grab one of the categories, say where you're at, and start thinking, right? What is it that's going to make my, like, for example, for me, my time management go up to a 6? Is it going to be creating a different schedule? Is it going to be setting more alarms? Is it going to be, asking Nicole to help me be a little bit more accountable on certain things? So it can be all of these things, or at the same time, it can just be one thing. And sometimes, and again, we're trying to make this as easy and as clear as possible for us to actually take action on it. And that's really what's going to make us feel like we're making progress. That's going to feel like we're actually finding more clarity because we know exactly what we need to do and without overcomplicating things. So hopefully that makes sense and that's super easy. And that's what this tool is really allowing us to do. And as you continue to write, I just want to say a couple more things. You can always take it another level up. If you have one of your categories, let's say your relationship with your friends and your family might feel like you're at a 10. And so once we live in that 10 for maybe a week, for maybe a month, it might feel after that time like it actually goes down. And it might feel like, oh, I can say that even though it feels really good, I'm going to say it's a 6. Because what I want is always to have a space to grow into that category. So if you feel like maybe some of you have full 10s, and obviously that would be fantastic. Maybe that full 10s, then everything now becomes a 5, just so that you have that room to grow. And so just know that if you have categories that you're like, I'm at the peak of my game, I don't know how much more better I can get, you can keep in there. That would be absolutely perfect. And you also know that you don't have to focus on the lowest categories. And so I'll give you 2 minutes, fill out both of these squares and say, I will focus on these 2 categories right now. And we're actually going to discuss them so we can share a little bit because it's not just me sharing. I want Nicole to share, and hopefully maybe Shane and Andrea want to share as well so you guys can get some examples. So 2 minutes, fill them out, make it as easy and as good for you so that you can continue to make some progress in these areas. Let us know if you are finished with the exercise. And that way we can actually talk about it. Right, so the first one I'm going to do is time management. And so as you can see, what is actually my lowest category is not one of the ones that I chose to focus on. So if we want to focus on the lowest one, you absolutely can. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm choosing to focus on other areas because if I focus on my time management, that's also going to help increase my career and my business, right? Which at the end is going to help influence the finance side of things. So it's this kind of what is actually going to make the best impact in terms of my life. And I'm making it really, really easy for myself. So both of my time management and my business are both at 5. And so the next level would be a 6. And so basically the main thing I want to do, so I'm pretty good at managing my calendar and having my calendar up to date. And then I have most of the tasks that I need to do on Notion, but I don't have calendar notifications. So I feel like if I were to just turn on notifications and take the time to set that up, I would continuously be working on the things that I actually need to be working on rather than always having to guess what I'm working on next. So that would be for my time management. And for the business, it's doing right now, I believe I'm doing about 3 to 4 days only of editing for videos and things. So I feel like if I bump that up to 2 more days a week, going up to 5 days a week, right, that's going to help increase the output that we're doing. And that's just all around going to help me out. So that would be me taking it to that kind of new level. And I feel like both of those are one, they're very simple and easy to do. And two, they're also really achievable. So again, that's what this tool is really meant for us to do. So those are mine. Hopefully that gives you an easy example for what we're going for. And I'll let Nicole share.
Yeah, so I want to focus on relationships, specifically with friends and family. I live on the other side of the world from friends and family, so lately I've been feeling a little more disconnected. I put it at a 5. So my goal that I want to do is to set FaceTime dates with the people that I've really been missing lately and set it up for in within the next 2 weeks. So that's something that I think will make me feel a lot more connected. And the other one I want to focus on is awareness. I have it at a 6. And what I want to do is there's a book I want to come back to. And it really, the practices from the book I know have helped me find more awareness throughout the day. So I want to start reading that again in the mornings.
Awesome. And just so that I do want to ask Nicole, just because I think this might also help you as well, right? So for your friends and family, you said in the next 2 weeks you want to set up calls.
Mhm.
Is there a specific number of calls you would like to set?
Hmm. No, the number doesn't matter. It's the people that matter.
Okay, so in the next 2 weeks, how many people would you like to talk to?
Well, I'm going to
Okay.
make my list of people.
You're gonna make the list of people. Perfect. So right, and so the idea is that, right? How clear can we get with what these goals actually are? And that way, if the less ambiguous they are, the more clarity we're gonna have in our lives, and that's gonna help us help you out more as well. So this is again just a tool that you have, right? You can do this tool today, you can do it tomorrow. I do it about once every quarter. And it just gives me a quick snapshot so that I know what I'm continuously working on. And sometimes I'll just do it like out of nowhere, just because I'm like, what am I actually feeling right now? Where do I actually want to put my focus? And it's just an easy tool that you always have with you so that you can continuously move always that one step forward. And hopefully that allows you to bring a little bit more clarity. Just before we move forward, any questions on this? And if you do have them, let us know. And I'll pass it on to Nicole, so she's going to take us into this next exercise.
Yeah, so now that we have a little bit more clarity on what we want to work on, which area of our life we want to go work on, and maybe some next steps, we are going to be looking at our beliefs because our beliefs are really what shape our reality and what we believe we are capable of. So for me this year, I've actually taken I don't know, this year has just been a very interesting year. I'm just like challenging everything I've ever known and doing things that I never thought I would do, really challenging these beliefs that I have. And one big one that I've had is for a few years, I've been really curious of what it would be like to stop drinking alcohol for an amount of time. So this year, I've decided to not drink alcohol at all, which is really crazy for me because I grew up in a family where to celebrate, we always celebrate with champagne. We always celebrate with shots. We celebrate with alcohol. My family drinks a lot together. If I didn't want to have a drink, my parents would be like, "Oh, you're so boring. Why aren't you drinking tonight?" So even my group of friends from university, it's all like a lot of drinking culture. And I have been reflecting and thinking, oh, I don't know if this really feels in alignment with me anymore, but I feel scared to not drink, which is like a weird thing. And so this year I have decided not to drink at all in 2025, and now I'm 3.5 months in, haven't been drinking. And it feels great. And I realized my limiting belief was that I believed I needed alcohol to be fun. I believed I needed alcohol to be accepted and to fit in. Whereas my new empowering belief is that I am enough without it. And I am enough without alcohol. I'm perfect the way that I am. I don't need alcohol to be fun or to go out. And so this is just one proof of like a mindset shift that you can have around your beliefs and the way that it can impact the way that you show up in your life, the way that you can change your behaviors around that mindset that you might have. And so with this worksheet, we're going to be working on our limiting beliefs and trying to transform them into some empowering beliefs. So you'll see at the top, we have the orange square and it says complete this sentence. So if I had unlimited time and resources, I would. And so I want you to fill out the rest of that sentence. If I had unlimited time and resources, I would. Whatever that means to you, you can change it a little bit if you would like, but what would your life look like if you had so much money, so much time? What would you do? Just go ahead and fill that in. I'll give you a couple of minutes to think of what that would be for you. So I'll share my example. If I had unlimited time and resources, I would go to India for a 300-hour yoga teacher training. That's something I've been dreaming about for a few years, and I'm going to make it happen next year. It's happening, but so that's what I would do. And so now, once you have that thought, that idea, that dream, I want you to come to that yellow square and it says I am or I have. And so what I'm going to write is I'm going to India. And I'm just going to copy it down over and over again. And we're going to do that for 4 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer. And for 4 minutes, I want you to write that you are creating that dream. Okay. You might notice thoughts are going to rise as you're doing it. You might try to make your dream smaller. Don't make it smaller. Just keep it as it is and keep writing it. Just notice whatever comes up. And if you feel these thoughts, these limiting beliefs come up, you can go ahead and put those limiting beliefs in that square on the right, the orange square on the top, and go ahead and start writing. Keep going, we're halfway there. All right, write your sentence one more time. Really feeling it this time. Okay, so now maybe you had limiting beliefs come up while you were writing. And if you didn't notice any, maybe think about like, what are you feeling right now? Is there anything that's coming up, any blockages that you might be feeling about this dream coming to life? I know for me, even as I was writing, I kind of felt my face getting warm. I was like, is this really possible? Like, I have to change so much to be able to make this possible right now. We teach in schools, and I want to go to India for a training that's in March. So I have to take off a full month of work during the school year. So I literally have to change my job. I have to worry about getting money, getting the time, like all of these things started popping up. Like, does it make sense for me to go? Am I worthy of going? All of these things started popping up, and I could feel my face kind of turning red. I felt my jaw tightening a little bit. Did you feel any of these things?
Uh, to me, it was more the negative mental chatter than the physical expression of
Okay.
things. But I guess, right, because, and I mean, you've been talking about this
Years.
for years, like for years, right? When I'll let you finish and I'll share mine.
Okay. Well, so I just wanted to, if you were feeling this, I just wanted to like kind of ground ourselves again. So maybe like sit up nice and tall, reach the crown of your head up towards the sky, retrace the bones into the earth, and we'll just take a nice cleansing breath. Breathe in, feel your belly expand. Exhale, sigh it out. All right, now we can work with those limiting beliefs that maybe are really negative mental things, or maybe, yeah, feeling all kinds of ways. Um, so yeah, the limiting beliefs that came up for me is it crazy to go for this dream? Does it make sense? Like, am I throwing away my career? Am I throwing away money? Like all of these things are kind of what was coming up to my mind. Um, and yeah, am I even like worthy of going to India for this training? Like for changing my life to be able to make this happen, were the things that really came up for me. And so what I want to do is work with these limiting beliefs and change them into empowering beliefs. Okay. So like the first one is like the first limiting belief is like I have to change my job. Like, is that possible? Does that make sense? Is that responsible? And so my empowering belief is that I am capable of making this change and I'm following my heart, right? So what I'm doing right now is just for money, but it's not really following my heart. And I know that I am capable and resourceful. I can learn how to make money. I know how to make money. I know that I can support myself even if I change careers. And if I'm changing careers for something where I'm following my heart, then maybe that is actually a better thing. So I am capable, I am resourceful, and I am able to provide for myself, even if I make change. Which the other one was money, so that's kind of along with it. And then time, like, is it the limiting belief is it irresponsible for me to spend so much time traveling and working on yoga? But really the empowering belief is like, this is my passion, this is my dream, this is my calling. So there, the time is limitless. Like the time is now, is really my empowering belief. So I don't know if that makes sense, how you can transform your limiting belief into something that is empowering and something that you can really hold on um, to help you kind of fight through these limiting beliefs. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense to me.
I don't know if I explained this so
No,
well. Do you
it
have
makes
any
sense to me.
questions?
Shane, Andrea, does that
I
make
am
sense to you?
following 100%.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Also, I don't know if you noticed, right, when we speak about our limiting beliefs, even our body language changes.
Mhm.
When, right, especially Nicole after taking the breath that we just did, and then she started talking about time is limitless, right? Time is now, like all of that, like her entire posture also changed, right? So the feeling that she gets around that, that's gonna help her move her forward, right? That's gonna give her more clarity on the old story is BS, right? Why would we put a wall in front of ourselves when the wall is completely imaginary and it's something that just lives in our mind. Hopefully I sensed it. I don't know if you can see it through the video and especially through just like the audio, but her entire posture like got up, like she just sat up taller what she was saying it and everything. So I thought she said it and did it perfectly.
Yeah.
I'll share really quickly because when Nicole asked me the question, I literally tried not to think about it too much, and I just wanted to write down the first thing that came to my mind, right? And if I had all the time and all the resources, I wrote I would change the world through movement and laughter. And as I was writing the sentence over and over again, the limiting beliefs were mostly about laughter, right? Because I don't know if you can read it, but the first one says, "Who am I to make others laugh?" The bottom one says, "I'm not funny." Why would anyone listen to me? Like, why would anyone listen to me? When I said that, I was like telling a joke, right? And I was like, so three out of the four limiting beliefs that I wrote were entirely about like making people laugh, because I think if you are able to make somebody laugh, you're able to like lift their energy and kind of also in a way, it's to me, like we lower our shield when we're laughing, right? And the only one that was actually around movement says, "What if someone doesn't like my teachings?" And while it's one, I think it's very true. I don't think I'm everybody's teacher. The other side of that is I need to continuously put my voice out to try to connect with as many people as possible, even if they don't like my teachings. I've taken plenty of classes from teachers that I wouldn't necessarily resonate with, or when I got out of the class, my first reaction was that was not a good class. But from every class, I'm able to learn something. So it's even just that shift in perspective. Maybe somebody takes my class and they go, "Oh, I didn't like his class." But I said one thing about the breath. I said one thing about a posture. I said one thing about mindset that actually sticks with them and they can take that with them. And that one piece of information is more valuable than them not liking me, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So the empowering belief is, why would anyone listen to me? It's the limiting belief. And the empowering belief is, I have a message to share that I believe can help others. And that, if I'm always looking at it from that lens and point of view, I'm going to continue to share my teachings in the most honest and the most caring way to always help everyone that listens to me in one way or another to continuously be better. And that's pretty much all I can ask for, right? So that's my empowering belief. So it's funny that like the limiting beliefs were around laughter. I'm like, I'm not funny. And I'm like,
You're funny.
I'm glad you think I'm funny, right? And I think I'm funny in my own way, and I think we're all funny in our own way. So I'm not judging myself around it. It was just like I was literally just I wrote down the first thing that came to mind, and yeah. So, but it's funny to see that there was actually so much confidence around like 10 years of being a yoga teacher, and like how that confidence actually was. I was building myself up in my thoughts. So hopefully you take that with you as well, right? We are all beginners at some point, and the more we practice something, the more proficient that we can get at it, and it's just this continuous journey
Yeah.
of getting better. So there's always another step, no matter where you are, and just know that we can always take it.
And even discovering these limiting beliefs, creating new empowering beliefs, we might find more limiting beliefs, especially as our trips get closer, right? More things will start to come up, and how can we impact those? How can we build ourselves up again and again and break through some of these walls? And yeah, really, our beliefs are what shape us, and what we believe we are, yeah, like what we believe becomes our reality, right? And so if you believe you are capable, then you will make it happen. If you don't believe that you're capable, then you're not going to make it happen, right? So these beliefs are really important to dial in on and maybe make that change if we need to, because we are capable of making that change. We just have to become aware.
Absolutely. All right. So we don't want to take up too much more of your time. Time is the most valuable thing that we have. We're going to do one last exercise. And so before we start it, I just want you to, if you haven't already, write down what is the empowering belief. So if you look at the worksheet that I have right here, I don't have anything written down. So I'm going to take 30 seconds, at least write down one, maybe two of your empowering beliefs, and make sure that they're really, really clear on what they are. So go ahead and do that now. Okay. If you still need to write, just go ahead, finish it off, no worries. And when you're ready, so we're going to do a quick visualization. And visualization has been proven that when we're able to think and feel as if something has already happened, we're aligning ourselves energetically and in a frequency to be able to attract that in a way that's a whole lot faster. And so part of this, you might have to open your eyes. Maybe you can do this with your eyes closed. You could do it both, no worries. But what we're going to do, I want you to sit up back nice and tall. We're going to take a couple breaths first. I'm going to ask you to bring your right hand over your heart and then your left hand over your heart. All right. And the reason we're going to do right over left, left over right. Right is our masculine side, right? And left is our feminine side. And so what we're doing is we're putting kind of like the strong side first in next to our heart, and the feminine side holding and caressing that masculine side, holding onto our heart. And so I want you to sit up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. And if you want for this first part, you can close the eyes. And again, the same thing that we were doing in the beginning of class. beginning of the workshop, we're trying to shift the energy. So maybe as you continuously think of maybe the limiting beliefs and the exercises that we've done, just kind of let those go. Just remember what it was like when we were finishing the yin practice, just feeling calm, feeling grounded. Allow yourself to let all of the air out of your lungs, out through the mouth, big sigh. Seal the lips, take a deep breath in through the nose, fill into the belly, into the chest, all the way up into the shoulders. And then exhale, just let it all go. Feel the body relax with the exhale. Try to sit up a little bit taller. Take another deep breath in. Feel yourself feel confident. Feel the love. Feel the strength inside you. And as you exhale, release any doubt, any part of you that may be scared, any limiting beliefs that we don't need. One more deep breath in. Fill yourself with love, with light, with energy. And as you exhale, release any doubt, any fear, any anxiety. Continue to feel your heartbeat. Continue to feel the love that permeates through your body. I want you to repeat your empowering belief to yourself. If you need to read it, know that you can open the eyes and look at it and read it. Take another deep breath in. Feel that empowering belief in every cell of your body. And as you exhale, just let it sit in your heart. We're going to read it one more time. This time, read it as if it's already happened. You're already doing that belief. It's already a part of who you are. It's sitting in your heart and it's coming out of your heart, letting it through every cell of your body out into the world. Read it one more time. Take another deep breath. Feel how good it feels to live with that empowering belief as part of who you are. Maybe add a little smile. Allow it. Feel it throughout your body. Know it to be true in your life because it is the truth. One more time, speak it to yourself. Tell yourself that empowering belief. Maybe you have to read it with a big smile on your face. Let that energy roll throughout your body. Keep feeling that energy. Keep feeling it through your heart as it moves throughout your shoulders and your arms, going down your torso, your hips, all the way down through your legs. Feeling that beautiful, positive, empowering belief filling you up without letting any doubts creep in. Living in this way, smile, feel it, enjoy it, love it. All together, we'll take one more breath, deep breath in, feeling that energy, feeling that empowering belief fill you up. And exhale, just relax the body, relax the shoulder. You can slowly blink open the eyes with a big smile on your face. Beautiful. Beautiful. The last question we're going to answer today is just, what are you grateful for? So I'm going to start us off. And today, in this moment right now, I am grateful for technology, allowing us to create a workshop that allows me to continue to share my voice, my knowledge, to help guide, illuminate, and improve others' lives, which is my empowering belief. So that's my, want to share yours?
Yeah, I'm really grateful that both of you are here. Thanks so much, Shane and Andrea, for taking time out of your day to really invest in yourself and to spend time with us and to trust us with your time. Um, it's really incredible to have you guys here today.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your time and your energy with us, and also sharing
Okay.
your thoughts. Uh, Thank you to Nicole
Thank you to you
for
too.
allowing us to do this. And yeah, and if you're watching this online later, we thank you for watching as well. We hope you got something out of this. Continue to find clarity, right? It's the main thing that's going to allow us to move forward. Sometimes it's the clarity of just we're not feeling so well. Sometimes it's the clarity that we're doing really well and we need to celebrate that as well, right? So all of it is part of the journey of life. And the more clarity we have, we know what is the next right step that we can take. Anything else from you?
Yeah, if you guys liked this workshop, let us know. And if you want to do something like this again in the future, we'd be more than happy to do something like this again.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so
If
much.
you have any questions, reach out to us, please. And we are always here for you. And we'll see you on the next one.